This is 6-2 Reteaching. The objective for this lesson is to estimate products using decimals. Let's take a look at this word problem. Zane needs to buy 27 pounds of roast beef for the company party. The roast beef costs $2.98 per pound. About how much will the roast beef cost? So the first strategy we're going to use to find an estimate is rounding. And I know that I need to use multiplication instead of, say, division or addition or subtraction because I'm buying 27 pounds and each of those pounds costs $2.98. So to round these numbers, I'm going to round 27 to the nearest 10, which would be 30. And I'm going to go ahead and round $2.98 to the nearest whole dollar, which would be $3. So when I do 3 times 3, I get 9. And then I'm going to add that 0 onto the end because 30 is a multiple of 10. So using the rounding strategy, I get the estimate that Zane would need to buy about 90 pounds of roast beef for the party. Now let's take a look at compatible numbers. So here's just a quick reminder of what compatible numbers are. These are numbers that are easier to add, subtract, multiply, and divide mentally. Remember, they should still be pretty close to the actual numbers in your problem, but they may not follow exact rounding rules. For example, if I had the problem 13 times 3, and I wanted to find an estimate for this problem, well, following rounding rules, I would probably round it to 10 times 3, but I could also use compatible numbers. 13 here is also very close to 15, and that's something that I'm pretty good at multiplying mentally because I could think of a clock, and I could think about, well, here's 15 minutes, there's 1 15. Here's 30 minutes, that's 2 15s. And here's 45 minutes, that's 3 15s. So 15 times 3 would be 45. So I could also get the estimate of 45. So this is just another strategy that you can use. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes rounding just makes more sense, but either one will get you a close answer. So let's take a look at the same word problem that we saw before and use compatible numbers to find an estimate. So here we have the word problem repeated. We're just going to use the other strategy that we just talked about. So for 27 pounds, that's pretty close to 25, which I'm really good at rounding or multiplying because of quarters. That's something that I see a lot. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and round this $2.98 to the nearest whole dollar, and that's going to be 3. So if you think about, well, I have 3 quarters, think about how much money you're going to have. If you have 3 quarters, you're going to have 75 cents because 25 times 3 is going to be 75. Okay, that's just a way to help you think about 25 in a way that's pretty quick and familiar for you. So here we have an estimate of 75 pounds of roast beef. Okay, so this one is also pretty close to our previous one that we got of 90 pounds, and I would be interested to see if we actually multiply this out, which one would be closer. Both are good estimates, they're just different strategies.